Alrighty, players and cool cats. What we got here today is a Realistic Electronic Reverb. Now, this is not, in fact, a reverb. What this is a bucket brigade delay, which kind of simulates a reverb, depending on how you set the delay. Now, it also doubles as a bit of a distortion pedal, kind of maybe a little boost. It is a power on pedal, which means you have to turn it on to make it work. And it works with 6 AA batteries instead of a 9 volt. It does have an external 9 volt with a negative inside thing, whatever. You know, the standard 9 volt hookup. It'll run with that. With the DC, AC DC adapter. You can check the battery level here by sliding over. If it's bright red, then that means you got a good battery level. When it slides on back, it's going to stay in on position, which means we now have guitar. Now, this kind of quiet tone is my that's going to be my input tone. That's our clean tone. That's what we're going to compare it to. Now, one thing that's interesting, this isn't really made for guitar. If you notice, it's got a mic in and mic out, which indicates that it's kind of for microphone, maybe for vocalist or whatever. You got a line in, line out. Also proves that it's mono. It only does one direction. It's not stereo. It's going to affect both channels. So let's start by looking at here, though. What happens when you turn the microphone level up? Oh, that's nice. So that's a pretty nice little microphone. That a nice little boost there. Some really sweet distortion. I think that's a pretty nice tone, actually. Again, I'm a baller on a budget here, so my rig is a Washburn Idol WI-64, made in Korea thing, back in the early 2000s, I guess. It's going into a crate power block, very simple amplifier, and that is going into an Ashdown 4x10 bass cabinet. Yeah, I know it's a guitar going in a bass cabinet. I got what I can afford, so I'm like a baller on a budget. But this is a pretty cool device, and now anybody that was alive in the 70s, 80s, and early 90s would recognize a Realistic name as a house brand for Radio Shack. So this is a Radio Shack device, and it's actually pretty nifty. Now you can get some pretty decent reverb sound out of it. A little bucket brigade delay that it's got going. Oh. You can hear that delay actually break up. As it overwhelms the bucket brigade. pretty much it. It's just a simple little device that gives you a little bit of delay. Mostly what I like it for is that lovely distortion that comes right on out there. That's just nasty.